I recently spent 500 days in Cubecraft Skyblock, which is absolutely insane, and it led to some really fun and cool moments, so make sure to watch the whole video to see those moments. Also, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and leave a comment down below so you can win a Skyblock rank just like this guy. It was officially day 401 and I was pretty excited to play Skyblock, so I decided to start the day off by smashing some Melon so I could get that easy cash. And then I decided to mine up some diamonds. And then I mined up some emeralds. I also decided to harvest up a ton of carrots. And then I spent a ridiculous amount of money on dirt. Yep, I bought a ton of dirt. It was very expensive. And oh boy, did I buy a ton of dirt. Day 402 to 419, I decided to put that dirt to use and start filling up the void. Yep, I am going to get rid of the void. After placing thousands of dirt blocks, I decided it was time to take a break because I was starting to get a headache and plus I was getting sick of seeing dirt. So I decided to grab a grass block, place it down and wait for it to turn into grass. Yep, this is gonna take a while. Day 420, I was finally able to enchant my stone axe with Fortune 4, which was able to get me to a level 7 tool which helps me complete a quest. I then decided to put the axe to use and chop down some trees. I'm sorry Mr. Beast, but I'm not team trees today. After chopping down my trees, I decided it was time to remove my terrible cocoa bean farm because it was super small and tiny and we all know size really does matter. Day 421 to 422, I did nothing but mine cobblestone with a diamond pickaxe, which was probably a big mistake because it was destroying my durability on my pickaxe. And if you guys didn't know, that's expensive to repair, so feel free to roast me down in the comments. Please, I deserve it. The next day I decided to harvest up a ton of nether quartz so I could get that sweet XP. And with my newly acquired XP I decided to enchant my diamond axe to level 1 with silk touch, which is pretty good. I then decided to put the axe to use by using a stone axe and remove my pumpkin farm, which was very sad, but don't worry, I'll build a bigger and better one in the future. Another day, another tree down. Yep, I spent a whole day just chopping down a ton of oak trees so I could have some more materials for future builds. Day 425, I bought a ton of sand from the handsome bald guy, crafted some TNT, and got to work exploding an island. Oh boy, do I love explosions. After blowing up most of the island, I decided to get to work removing it with a pickaxe, which took a while, but I like to work, so I did it anyways. And honestly, I even got to pull off one of the best clutches of my life, which was a massive risk. But we all know I'm a god, so I successfully did it. Feel free to praise me down in the comments. I deserve the praise. Day 433, I decided to get to work on a quest which involved me cooking up some iron, crafting a ton of rails. After that, I decided to chop up some melons. After gathering up a ton of dirt, I spent day 434 to 450 working on the void, but I needed to hire a slave, so I did. Turns out the slave is very useless and they fell straight away, so yeah, feel free to roast them in the comments. At this point in the video, I was starting to regret my decision of trying to fill up the entire void because placing tens of thousands of dirt blocks really does suck. But after a while, I was finally able to complete my biggest achievement of my life, and that was filling up the entire void. Yep, I have a really boring life. I spent day 451 to 458 working on a new outline of my base. It was the only outer layout because I just wanted to build something big after building the void. So I thought, hey, I want to build something even bigger and better. And trust me, I failed, but after a while I was finally able to complete a nice outer layer of my base, which cost a lot of money because I had to buy a ton of sand to get glass. After finishing up most of the outer layer of the base, I decided to place a fence around the whole entire void, which I was eventually going to turn into an epic roller coaster. The next day I harvested up a ton of sugarcane. After harvesting up all the sugarcane, I decided to gather up some iron and then some gold ore. I then spent the next few days just gathering up a ton of spruce wood because I had some really cool builds in mind, but I needed a lot of spruce wood. I spent day 465 to 468 working on a brand new sugarcane farm because, as you can see, we only had 10 million coins, so we're pretty poor. Yep, 10 mil is poor in this game. I know, it's ironic. Now, originally my goal was to make this sugarcane farm at least like 50 layers, but then I realized that would take the whole 100 days to do, so I decided to just settle for one layer for now, and then after I decided to boost it with an optimizer and some golden carrots so I can make that extra cash. And I know I want to build a really massive sugarcane farm soon, because we all know bigger is better. You have to accept it, guys, it's just a fact. It was officially day 469. And I decided to take my clothes off and take a day off and go have some fun. Yep, I am not hinting at anything. I definitely didn't do anything to this handsome bald guy, so please don't say anything in the comments. After having an amazing day off, I decided it was time to get back to work on my sugarcane farm. So I got to work building the second layer of my sugarcane farm, and honestly I was pretty happy with how it turned out. While I was building my sugarcane farm, I decided I was going to settle on 10 layers instead of 50, just because I wanted to be reasonable and didn't want to die of just boredom. Yep. And then I decided to show off with a water bucket clutch because I'm a god, and then I decided to remove some dirt with my diamond shovel, and then take a look at my glorious 20% completed sugarcane farm. The next day I decided it was time to remove my terrible melon farm just because it was super tiny and was not making me enough money. Then I spent the next couple of days gathering up a ton of spruce wood and a ton of XP so I could eventually progress with more builds and do some really cool enchants. I then spent day 477 to 485 working on a massive melon farm that I was going to make 10 layers just like my sugarcane farm. I did have a time of my life placing all of this water down. Nope, I really didn't, I was being sarcastic if you couldn't tell. But hey, I did get to use my diamond hoe. You all know I love to use my diamond hoe. After successfully building my second layer of my melon farm, I decided to show off again with another water bucket clutch because I'm a god. So guys, feel free to leave a comment down below praising how good I am. I really deserve it. Please guys, I really just want your praise, okay? The next day I got to work on my rail quest again, using up a ton of iron which was very expensive. But after a while I nearly had a full double chest of rails, which is absolutely insane. I then decided to end the day off harvesting up a ton of carrots. I then spent day 487 to 494 working on destroying another island which involved a ton of TNT, baby, and we all know I love to explode stuff. And honestly, watching this explosion was amazing. After exploding most of the island, I decided to get my trusty diamond pickaxe and destroy this island because it was disgusting and I have so much PTSD from this island with all the slimes and all the witches, so I had to destroy it. Then I decided to show off again with another water bucket clutch, but this time I nearly failed. But of course I successfully did it because I am a god. Yep, I know guys, I'm a god. You don't need to thank me. Day 495 to 497 started off with me in the Nether, planted a ton of glowstone roots so I can get some sweet glowstone trees for a quest, baby. I then decided to go bankrupt and spend a ton of money on sand and then smelt it up. And then I used that glass on my sugarcane farm to make it all look nice and pretty. Wow, did I really just say pretty? Oh god, what is wrong with me? After gathering up a ton of sugarcane, I then decided to work on my second layer by placing all the sugarcane down. And then I sold my beautiful sugar to the handsome bald guy over here. And then I harvested up a ton of melons, which I then sold to the handsome bald guy for a pretty penny. And trust me, the bald guy's the pretty one. I then spent the next day flower picking. Yep, that's right, you heard me. I just picked up a ton of yellow flowers so I could eventually get a ton of yellow wool, which I was going to use for a mega statue in a future video. And honestly, I gathered up way too many flowers. Day 499, one day before the end of the video, I decided to harvest up a ton of dark oak trees so I could get to work on nearly finishing this quest, which would take me months to do, because you know it takes 3 days to grow a tree. And then I decided to gather up a bunch of nether quartz for some sweet XP. And here it was, day 500, which is absolutely insane. That's half of 1000 days in Minecraft, which is crazy to think about. I then decided to end the day off just making a beautiful little sub wall, which I'll probably change later. So feel free to leave a comment down below and you might get featured in the next video. Also, big shout out to my channel members. Also, leave a like right now.